You know that moment after a holiday meal where your body is full, your plate is empty, and instead of feeling satisfied and content, this little inner critic wakes up. The voice that says, you shouldn't have eaten that. You have no willpower. Tomorrow you'll fix it. And suddenly, what could have been a tender, joyful moment turns into a private negotiation with shame. Or maybe your version looks like this. You're at a gathering, you look around the room without even realizing it. You start comparing their body, their plate, their confidence against yours. And in that quiet, invisible comparison, your joy begins to shrink. If any part of that feels familiar, I want you to know you are not broken. You are not alone. You are human. And today, we are going to gently, lovingly explore what it might look like to nourish yourself this season. Not neglect yourself, not to punish yourself, not abandon yourself at the table. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Soul Talk podcast. I am Marybeth Hrim, and I'm a mental health therapist, a coach, and someone who believes that true wellness begins where the mind, body, and spirit finally sit down at the same table together. I've spent almost 3 decades in the mental health field, sitting across from people who are exhausted by the war they're fighting with their bodies, their food, their worth. And I've been there too, in my own way, as a runner, as a woman, as a human being living in a culture that worships control, thinness, and productivity. I've had my own moments of standing in front of a mirror over a plate of food and feeling that disconnect. So when I talk about mindful eating and self-comparison, I'm not speaking from a mountaintop. I'm speaking from the same messy trail we're all walking. Before we go deeper, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button on my YouTube channel, where you'll find daily meditations that go hand in hand with this healthy holiday habits series, navigating the holidays with presence, purpose, and peace. And these meditations are designed to support you in real time, especially on the days when you feel pulled into old patterns or overwhelmed by emotions around food and body. So let's take a collective breath together. Inhale slowly through your nose and exhale gently through your mouth. And let's begin week 2. For a lot of us, food is not just fuel. Food is memory. Food is culture. Food is love. Food is comfort. The holidays, they amplify this. A certain smell in the kitchen can bring you right back to your grandmother's house or to a time when people you miss are still here. At the very same time, we live in a culture that layers morality onto food, good foods, bad foods, clean eating, cheat days. So one part of you is saying, this reminds me of home. This feels like love. And another part is saying, you'll regret this. You should be doing better than this. I wonder why we feel torn. What I want to invite you into this week is a different kind of experience at the table, one where you're not fighting yourself. I remember a holiday season when I caught myself eating really quickly at a gathering, hardly even tasting the food. On the outside, I was smiling, talking, doing fine. But on the inside, I was doing the math, how much I'd eaten, how much I'd make up for it tomorrow, how much running I needed to do. And they always say you can't outrun a bad diet, which is true. And also how much I should have resisted. Then it hit me later. I wasn't really there at at that table. My body was present, but my mind was somewhere else, stuck in a story about being good enough. Maybe you've had your own version of that. Maybe not this exact scene, but that sensation of being in a moment and also being outside of it, watching yourself, critiquing yourself. That's what happens when self judgment sits with us at dinner. It pulls us out of our lives. A lot of people hear the term mindful eating and think, oh, great, another way to measure how I'm not doing it right. But that's not what I'm actually talking about today. Mindful eating isn't a diet, it's a relationship, it's a practice. It's a practice of slowing down enough to notice what's happening in your body. Mindfulness really is about all it is noticing your behaviors, noticing what you're doing, and pausing long enough to ask, what am I really hungry for right now? Listening to your body's cues with curiosity, not criticism. Sometimes the hunger is physical. Sometimes it's emotional. Sometimes it's spiritual, a hunger for connection, rest, comfort, or belonging. Imagine if, instead of judging yourself, you approached your hunger like you would a child you love, with softness, curiosity, and care. You might say, I see you. I hear you. What do you need? Instead of, why are you like this? You should know better. That's the shift from neglect to nourishment. Now, let's bring in the other part of this theme, self-comparison. The holidays are like a mirror maze for comparison. Family photos, social media posts, outfits, plates of food, comments from relatives about weight or appearance. It's so easy for the nervous system to go on high alert. Do I measure up? Am I too much? Not enough? Here's something I deeply believe. Comparison is often a clumsy way our brain tries to answer the question, am I safe? Do I belong? It scans the room. Who looks better? Who's doing it right? Where do I fall on that invisible ladder? But the truth is, the ladder was never real to begin with. Your body's not a ranking. Your worth is not a score. Your plate is not a report card. When you catch yourself in comparison this season, try simply naming it. Oh, I'm comparing right now. No judgment, no shame. Just notice. Then gently ask yourself, what am I really needing in this moment? Is it reassurance? Is it comfort? Is it a sense of being enough exactly as you are? That question brings you back from someone else's body into your own. Let's walk through something that you actually can use in real time this season. The next time you sit down to eat, maybe it's a big holiday meal, maybe it's just a Tuesday lunch. Try the simple practice. Pause before the first bite. Feel your feet on the floor. Notice the chair supporting you. Take one slow breath in and out. Look at your plate. Notice the colors, the textures, the temperature. Let gratitude arise. Gratitude for the hands who prepared it, for the earth that grew it, for the body that will receive it. Ask yourself quietly, what part of me is hungry right now? Is it my body? Is it my emotions? Is it my need to feel connected? Eat slowly for a few bites. Really taste the food. Notice how it feels in your mouth. Notice how your body responds. Midway through the meal, pause. Put your fork down. Take another breath. Ask, how do I feel right now? Physically, emotionally. There's no right answer, only information. It's not about eating less or forcing yourself to stop. It's about re entering your body so your choices can come from presence instead of autopilot. That is nourishment. Most of us didn't arrive at a relationship with food in a vacuum. We learn messages along the way. When you were a kid, how many of you had parents that said, finish everything on your plate? You don't need seconds. Are you sure you want to eat that? You're being so good or so bad, depending on what's on your plate. We absorb these comments. They become part of the story we tell ourselves. So when you find yourself feeling guilty or anxious around food, it might not just be your voice you're hearing. It might be a chorus of old messages still echoing in your mind. This week, I invite you to notice those internal phrases. When guilt or shame shows up, ask yourself, who taught me to feel this way about food or my body? Does that story actually support the person I'm becoming? Sometimes deep healing happens not when we add more rules, but when we gently release the ones that were never ours to carry. So if you're journaling, or you like to journal, or even just reflecting on a walk, or here are some deeper prompts to sit with this week. Ask yourself a couple of questions. What did I learn about food growing up? Spoken or unspoken? What did I learn about bodies, mind, and others? When I imagine a nourishing relationship with food, what does that look like? Sound like? Feel like? What would it mean for me to treat my body as a partner, not a problem? If my body could speak freely, what might it be asking for this holiday season? You don't have to rush through these. Go back. I would love for you to just go back and listen to just these questions and really reflect on them. So you don't have to rush through these. Maybe just pick one that stands out and sit with it for a few minutes each day. Remember, the theme of this whole series is navigating the holidays with presence, purpose, and peace. Presence with your body, purpose in your choices, peace in how you speak to yourself. Nourishing yourself doesn't mean you'll never overeat, never feel uncomfortable, never have a moment of comparison. It means that when those moments happen, you don't abandon yourself. You come back to your breath, back to your body, back to a kinder inner voice. You say, I see you. This is hard, and I'm still here with you. That's what healing looks like. It's not perfection, it's relationship. So as we move through the week, I want to remind you that you don't have to do this alone. There are daily meditations that go with this week's theme on my YouTube channel, each one created to help you slow down, release self judgment, and reconnect with your body in gentle, practical ways. And there's no perfect way of meditating. Just listen. And if you haven't, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd really love for you so that we can walk through this journey together through this entire holiday season with presence, purpose, and with peace. Because you deserve to feel nourished, not just by what's on your plate, but by the way you treat yourself. And I'm Marybeth Hrim, and thank you so much for sharing this time with me today for the healthy holiday habits. Nourish, don't neglect. May you notice the moments when you can soften, choose kindness, and come back home to your body, one breath, one bite, one gentle thought at a time. Until next time.